Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, we'll be taking a look at the How to Paint Citadel Tanks book from Games Workshop. In this video, you'll see a flick through and review of the Games Workshop How to Paint Citadel Tanks book. I picked this up from eBay. It's currently out of print, but there's plenty of copies available if you'd like to give it a go. So hopefully after watching this video, it'll help you decide whether or not to add this to your collection. The book includes the essential tools and materials, preparing and assembling your models, a detailed guide with all different techniques, and 5 complete stage-by-stage examples. In total, there's 96 pages. So let's get started. We'll flick right through, have a look at every page and pick out some of the best parts of the book. So we've got some great photography on the cover, and that continues on the inside cover here where you see an Astra Militarum army of tanks here, and it just looks incredible. So yeah, there's going to be loads of great photography in this, and it's got the 4 main sections here as you can see, and it's written by Andy Hoare, but there's lots of people in here who've been credited for their input into the book, and I think this is a really nice touch. There's named credits for the artwork, book design, the heavy metal team, game development, hobby team, miniature design, production and reprographics, and special thanks as well. And that's something you don't see in the books anymore. And I've looked through some of them that I've got, and the new ones just don't have this. So this is something I really like. This book was published in 2009, so you can certainly see how the company has developed and changed since then. Here's a really nice, neat and concise content section that gives you the main sections of the book and then the chapters within them, just covering all the main points. And this will give you an idea just how much detail they go into for each of these chapters as well. And then a great way to start, we've got a Lehman Russ Punisher there on the page. And then we go through this section, which is all about the materials and tools. And they're going to be pushing the Citadel tools and brushes and everything, as you can imagine. It is their book, and this is a great way to push their line. But you could easily substitute this for your favourite hobby brands. So yeah, you don't have to use their brushes to use these techniques. The photography is awesome throughout this book. And you can see here, they've got a reference to the heavy metal team. And if you're not familiar with the heavy metal team, it tells us in the book that they are responsible for producing the painted miniatures seen in all the Games Workshop publications. So yeah, some great photos of their work there. And then we've got the assembly techniques, just showing you how to prepare your models before you start to glue them together. It's got some tips on dry fitting, sub-assembly, trimming and getting rid of all those mould lines and seams, and also a bit about moving parts there. Then it gives you little tips like using elastic bands to help the bigger models to like dry fix together nice and neatly, and additional details that you can add like rivets and things like that. Especially with tanks, you might like to add some extra details. And there's a great section later on in the book that goes into a lot more information about what you can add to your tanks. Then you've got these little things like turret hooks, and you've got aerial recognition symbols, armor plating, and on this bit I like, putting hinges on the hatches. I think this is awesome, so I'm definitely going to give that a go, because I was going to magnetize the hatches so I could have them close and then swap the tank commander, but having it actually opening with a hinge is great. So here's the fine details. This is what I just mentioned earlier, and here you can have things like brackets to hold on the spare wheel and things like that. Then the showcase has got some lovely pictures of more tanks. So yeah, if you're a big fan of Astra Militarum or Space Marines or any of the vehicles that, or any of the factions that have tank vehicles, then there's some great photos in here, but it is Astra Militarum heavy. Now we're on to painting techniques, starting with the undercoating. And on this next page, this is really cool. Check out this spray gun, and it's shaped like a flamer. So I thought that was pretty funny. I'm not sure if you can get this anymore on the website. I have to check it out. Maybe you can pick one up used. And then it goes on here to like foundation paints, applying your base coat, dry brushing, so going through all that, which is great for the tanks. Some dry brushing examples, again crystal clear images, great references. You've got layering and blending, which you'd probably use a lot for the Tau. Extreme highlighting, so certainly going to see that with the Necrons, as you can see in this image here. They've got some really contrasting highlights. The Citadel washes, really nice to have those 6 examples showing you the different paint types and the effect that they leave over each other. Interior detail, if you want to paint those little panels and things inside. But this is really helpful. This is the Imperial Guard camouflage page, 8 different camouflage patterns. So yeah, you can get a really good look at this, and if you wanted to copy any of them, then yeah, great references. And these two are good. I'm looking at using something almost in between those for my paintwork on my Astra Militarum. Same for the Tau, brilliant references. These top-down ones are fantastic and giving you all the different colours and styles you can do that in. Then a nice couple of pages on transfers, something I haven't really done yet, so looking forward to giving that a go. And then masking as well. I'll do something like this on my tanks to have some markings on the front, as you can see there on those two. And you might want to do some Eldar markings as well, and some Orc markings. So yeah, this is all included. And then you've also got freehand lettering and decoration, showing you the stages of building that up. So you don't just do it like straight away. It's done in little layers so you don't make any mistakes. Little section on vehicle crews and how to convert them and paint them. And this is a nice touch for the Catachans, putting that on there. Some foliage to camouflage it a little bit more. Battle damage is a great section. This is fantastic. It's got shrapnel, bullet damage, scratches, bullet holes, all sorts. And this next one, as we flip the page over, wait till you see this. This is awesome. It's got the like plasma going through it, and it's still scorching hot there, but the guy's still firing, so he's still in the fight. Also got some bioacid damage. So yeah, these are really nice. I didn't think to do anything like that. I thought of scratches, but no biohazard, so that's something to think about. And that continues here with weathering, some nice weathering techniques. So nice and thorough, very well laid out, and you've got all different stages. Certainly with this mud splashes on a walker, you can see how they've done it. And now we're going to put it all together. And this stunning example is the Shadow Sword, and it just looks just so good. I mean, look at these as well, some Golden Demon winners here. Some great examples. I mean, if you're not motivated to paint some tanks after seeing this book, I don't know what's going to get you going, but this is brilliant. I love these top-down images from all the different angles as well, so that's really going to be helpful when painting any of the tanks. And the same here for the Lehman Russ, getting in on that camouflage. Top-down images side, so you've got all the different reference points, how to do the searchlights, again, building it up in those stages, breaking it down. The Orc truck is good as well. This reminds me a lot of how they do the Imperium magazines. Their paint guides in there are really good. And these images, yeah, fantastic. Every angle you need. So as a reference point, these are just perfect. And so this is continuing as we look at some Chaos Space Marines with the Defiler as well. So different techniques for the different kind of factions and the looks you want to give them. Here's an Eldar Falcon, and this is going to focus on blending. So yeah, this is a technique you'd want to use on that. Again, nice images, all the angles you need. So yeah, as a reference point, I don't think there's anything better than these. Then you've got the tank colour guide, so you've got all the paints there and the different ones to use for your base, mid-tone and highlight. That's going to come in really handy and nice to have it printed as a reference. And then finally, you've got your index and a big Orc Stomper to finish off the book. And there we go. That's the Games Workshop, How to Paint Citadel Tanks. All up, I think this is a fantastic book. I'm really happy I got it. I've managed to get it for £11. That included delivery on eBay as well. So you can get it for around that price if you'd like to pick it up. And this book's in great condition for a used book from 2009. It really reminds me of the days pre-internet when I would go to the library to get a book if I wanted to learn how to do something. So if I wanted to do some watercolour painting, I couldn't just go online, watch YouTube. I had to go out, buy a book or get one from the library and learn it that way. And this really brings me back to that kind of feeling, and I like it. It's nice to have the internet. It's an amazing resource, and YouTube is fantastic for how-to guides, but there's just something nice about having an actual book, and especially when it's laid out as well as this one and broken down into all the different sections and stages, then that's something really nice to use. You can come away from your devices, not look at the screen, and just work from a book. And then, yeah, there's just something quite nice about that. You can put some music on, grab a coffee, get painting, and you've got all the references you need in one place, so you don't have to come away from your like tank you're focusing on and then move over to the screen and then back and forth. You can literally open the book right in front of you and get cracking on. I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed having a good look through this book, and I'd love to know what you think about it. Is this something you would like to use for your collection? Do you think it would help you with your painting? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm pretty tempted to get the How to Paint Citadel miniatures after seeing this book, so I might do that and do a review, so let me know if that's something you're interested in as well. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.